What we follow here has to do with the Chalabu's case, in which the Koji was accused by the former TRC boss, Chancellor Jerome Belia, alleging that he, Koji, had to send one Bali teller who works for him, Koji, as his missionary agent to carry out such act. The mayor was invited by the police, and then he gave a statement alongside Bali teller, and these statements were copied in the affidavit. Subsequently, we know for sure that when Belia was contacted to speak to a similar claim that he had made, he could not tell anything straight to the police except to say that he needed to just push the police over. That had to be followed by the U.S. ambassador's statement in his frustration that there were people who just perpetrate lies and are so forth against people, and so we should be careful. Now, there are a lot of developments that have come up. The Koji and his legal team have not been resting on this, and they've been looking at some of the sinister plans that have been going on by folks who may be in the diaspora and so forth. So today, ladies and gentlemen of the media, we would like to welcome you to this press conference exclusively, which deals exclusively with the issue about blackmailing, trying to make people to look ugly, and so forth. We have some legal consequences that will now follow in this matter. So, ladies and gentlemen of the media, I'd like to welcome you and return on the pendulum to the legal counsel, the legal counsel of Councilor, in person of Councilor Arthur T. Johnson.
Okay, thank you, distinguished members of the press. As you are aware, sometimes back, more than a month ago, the Lord Major Honorable Jefferson Tamakoji was accused by Councillor Jerome Belia as being a perpetrator for the act of killing that took place at the residence of the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, Councillor Gloria Musu-Scott. In that process, we represented the mayor and we made several appearances that have to do with the response of the mayor regarding the allegation. And today, history has indeed set it right that the mayor was falsely accused. But interestingly, what we said during that particular press conference, or other press conferences, was that this was a conspiracy planned, masterminded by propagandists who find way in order to defame a particular group of persons or a particular individual for their own political reasons, specifically based on their own whims and caprices and naked brute forces. What we said was that there is a plan, and there have been a plan, to make sure that because Jefferson Koji is being identified as one of the serious, strong pillars of this government, and that a means of getting rid of Koji, specifically finding an opportunity to get him on sanction listing, or finding a way to kill him politically, that he will not have a future in this country which will indeed jeopardize the prospects and means of reinstating the government after the next election. So what the plan is, get rid of Jefferson Koji. The plan has historicity. The plan began when one Madam Justina Taylor was used to lie on Jefferson Koji, and one of the ways is that get out of the country, seek asylum, falsify the facts, and misinform the United States government as a basis of gaining asylum and as a basis to make sure that the mayor is considered to be a person who is engaged in human rights violations in the country. That plan has failed, because one of the interesting things is that the United States government, whatever representation you make at the level of the State Department or in the great United States, the embassy has the capacity to investigate, to know whether or not the facts or the statements being made are true. So Jessina Taylor, argument has now become a history. That was Plan A. Plan A did not materialize, and so Plan B was institutionalized. And Plan B had failed, which is the situation at the level of Global Muslim Scott House, put it on Jefferson Koji, engage in a process where you use their facts, mix them with other falsehood, that's propaganda, as we say sometimes, and then just speak it that yeah, he is the one responsible. As far as we are concerned, the criminal investigation is unfolding. The police is yet to indeed decide who is being charged. We are still waiting. And the facts have revealed that our client is not and cannot be part of such a thing. Stay because Plan B did not materialize, and the futures of Plan B, that is using the Global Muslim Scott scenario to destroy the political future and the political status of Honorable Jefferson Koji. Another plan was masterminded as a supplement. That is, in just recent time, the chairman, and that's the director of the Monrovia Central Police left this country, April 12th to the 30th. When he went to the United States, what we try to do here is that this is going to expose to you, the Liberian people, that there are a group of Liberians, there is a syndicate. Some of them are supported, some of them are in government, some of them are out of government, some of them are out of this country, planning that one of the ways to do is that to create a situation of insecurity. Once the situation of insecurity is created in and out of Liberia through propaganda, through falsehood, people who leave from here, you elevate stories, you create extreme situations like one of the perpetrators said in the audio that will be giving you subsequently that have leaked. There are a lot of audios that have leaked exposing how this country image is being destroyed by our own children, Liberians, in the United States, and on that basis, people seek asylum. Some of the very individuals that have just left this country and sought asylum in the great United States are on these audios telling this particular director of police, civil police, what to do and how to do this. You will hear the story, we will give you the audios, and you will be the judge. And you will be there to interpret that particular data to the Liberian people, for people to understand what is unfolding in this country. This country is our country, irrespective of what political divide you are. But to destroy the image of this country, to lie on somebody, to look at somebody and destroy their reputation simply because of political reasons is very, very unfortunate. When the director of the Monrovia City Police, Thomas, left this particular country, sometimes they call him Obina. I think many of you know him, the huge city police director with the big body who wears the uniform most of the time behind the major. A plan was indeed masterminded that he was engaged in the United States to create a situation in which he must not come back to Liberia, and that he must lie on the mayor, that the mayor had been engaged in killings or doing other things in this country, and in fact was connected. This is a man you will see that they are asking to lie on the mayor, that he must say and appear on Spoon TV, because that is the plan. That was the plan. Appear on Spoon TV and say that indeed the mayor XYZ, and he will just stay in there. They will get his wife from out of this country, and somebody will get him out of Liberia, straight in Sierra Leone, and then the process of political asylum begins. The first person who was engaged in that is one of our senior brothers who I respect so much, the chairman of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Councilor Jerome Breger. It's in our body. who in fact had talked to Obinna, had talked to him, those are all recordings, asking him that, look, give me the story, I will prepare the story and create the story at a level and the point where, when I create the story, I have been doing this for a very long time, I will send it to Congress. And then I have done it for Alex Williams. Alex is also there, involved in this particular audio, about how in fact he elevated his lives and got asylum, and that indeed Thomas, who is the state police director, must do the same, and then things will be better. Also, in this audio, series of audios, you will hear again our friend and brother Sheikh Sakor, who is also telling this man, look, we prepare a letter of resignation for you, resign. Once you resign, straight we take you on the post and the Unspoon TV platform, and you talk whatever you need to talk. They have already told you what to say and to lie. And then you get the first $10,000. The person who will offer the $10,000, who in fact said that he's going to make the $10,000 available, is Stanton Waterspoon. You see where we're going in this country? Gentlemen, I always told you I'm a lawyer. I don't speak in the absence of evidence. You listen to the audio, we give you the audio recordings, and you will be the right judge. So when all of the evidence came before us, we took weeks here, analyzing the evidence. Now, as we speak, we are also communicating with our counterparts in the great United States on the suit regarding the allegations that were made against the mayor on the Gloria Mususka case. So today, the persons and individuals in this particular audio that are part of the scheme, based on the facts and the evidence we have, are Eugene Facon, my friend and brother. Eugene Facon is also one of those in this particular scheme that indeed had been influencing unduly the Memorial City mayor, resign, go on Spoon TV, talk things that you can talk things whether true or not, just talk and lie, as Alex Williams did, and then from that process, they start the asylum and your family members will be living out of this country. So this wonders and this gave us the perception that this is the way people are living this country to gain asylum for a future uncertain in different homes, not even knowing their own foundation and some of the what basis they have, what qualification they have, and to get a particular kind of job or what kind of job. Stanton Waterspoon is the one who, in fact, in the video, in the audio, you will hear that though if I promise this guy to give me 10,000 United States dollars, once he signs, they prepare a letter of resignation that he resigns as a director of the Memorial City Police, and he takes the podium on Spoon TV. Immediately, he gets his $10,000. Jerome Breder, you will listen to him, Councilor Breder. Alex Williams, you will listen to the audio. Sheikh Sakor, you will listen to the audio. This is not they say. This is fact. This is evidence for you to make a reasonable judgment, so that you will understand why Jefferson Koji. The reason Jefferson Koji is a target is because Jefferson Koji is considered a pillar of the government. The fact that McGill is out, you get Jefferson Koji, CDC is out. This is not politics. This is about country. This is about country. And so before we proceed, I don't know what Amelia, you would like to make a statement first, then we can start the audio playing in the show. So I will start, first of all, we start with Jeremy Breder. You will listen to the audio. Breder is communicating with the Memorial City City Police Director, Paul Obinna, that was common name they call him, but it's Thomas Gao, right? Thomas Gao. And you will hear, so that there will be no much debate about the the accuracy or the authenticity of this particular audio or these audios. So let's start with Gerald Verdell, please.
Give you a statement. I will organize your statement in a way it's supposed to be English. Then I will always.
Sorry, no, first I was going to be the American.
You tell me what you know, what you experience, what you think. Yeah, I will organize it. And then I will send it back to you if it's correct. Then after the final one, I send it to you, you sign it. You notarize it, you send it back to me. Then I send it to the government, to Congress. Yeah, and then that's where your protection and everything will come in. Yeah. Then when you apply for your asylum, the lawyer will say, when doing the asylum, will ask for affidavits. Yeah, I'll be one of those persons who will provide affidavit for you. I've done it for plenty of people to get their status. Plenty. Even while we're in Liberia, I'll do the affidavit for people because some people refer to the TRC report. Then they'll call me in Liberia. I said, the person said, you know that you're a TRC chairman? I said, yes. You know how the chairman of the TRC, right? Okay. Yeah, then I will say yes. Then they say, can you provide affidavit? I'll do it. And then when I came here to several other persons, plenty of people around here, I did more than 1,000 cases for people. And they affidavit, even to get a job. I did references and all. So, yeah, I need to. Yesterday, the whole day was I won't say wasted, but we didn't achieve anything. We just started. You know, so we will go through everything now. I had it ready and sent to you by today. But now we do it now. Tomorrow is Wednesday or Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday. We are running out of time. Cool. Oh, I just want his day, yeah. Yeah, so you call you last day. Yeah, I said I don't want to hear when you told me that you wanted to talk to him.
Keep coming,
Should I text him? When he call you one time, you ask him, should I text him? He knows that he told that, like, he knew he like very that's why, but when you call him, you call one time, you answer, you text him.
I'll give you the American number, so I know you're adding to security. So, the guy, you come and
yes, so he'll be going there tomorrow to interact with her.
what time?
I don't know, I asked all that one.
Oh, okay.
But he will have an appointment at maybe in the morning or in the early afternoon or so. And he said she's looking down, so you're looking down.
So you know you can't go back like that. And if you cannot go back like that, then you have to find a way for your family to come.
Yeah, please
And
play
the way
Ellis
for your
Williams.
family to come is by you talking.
Okay,
Over on this phone there,
Ellis Williams.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
resigning, doing other things, then you elevate. Then it shows now that your family is in danger because of what you're saying. And I guess you also understand that there's nobody who gets asylum outside of America because that's the new policy.
Yeah, you mean.
Except extreme situation. So you gotta create that extreme situation. Then you call for alarm. That's what people are saying that the people do to that. You know how to organize that thing.
Yeah.
When you people can talk, when you talk, then after 2-3 days, they go raise the alarm. Because all the people doing my family, this, that, then you get security.
Okay.
Yeah. If you say I have another judgment day, nobody will take you serious because the five people will say you're not saying anything.
Yeah.
But trust me, you start talking, you resolve, you're gonna get a lot of help.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I give you a top of wisdom. Do what you got to do to save yourself.
I say,
Because at the end,
wait for me, yeah? You don't just proceed playing with the people. Play shack soccer.
Yeah, that's good. That's a way.
Gentlemen, what is What's your stuff? I said I'm home. I've been home all day.
Oh no, I'm talking on your earpiece, but I can hear you clearly.
You got it now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. You're clear. You're living Charlie.
Yeah, I'm all day.
I know. Brother, I got off the phone with Stan and Falcon. Alright? Then, we talked for almost about 15 minutes. Told me it's the chef. Well, deep with you understand, right? Said, Thomas, I don't know Thomas, you understand me, right? I don't know how he said it, put it down, right? I don't know him. I'm just trying to help. These were his statements. With him, without him, what I can get out there, I can put it out there, you getting me, right? And we all know that the way of the old man is about to fall. You understand, right? You brought him that, you want us to help him. But he can't be making demand to us on what to do. You understand, right? He said, look, check. We all know how bad that people was. He said, trust me, you yourself know. He said, where are your kids? I said, my kids in Liberia. He said, fine. He said, look, I've been boring. You know that I eat what else we do my right. But the best I need me to go official where I eat. The best I need me people that what I eat. And you know that big one he gave myself rather than the better way he eat, right? Man, I get no problem stuff, right? So, better check. I told him man from here, I don't know him from nowhere. I'm a little poverty. I gave him a wall. And he leave. And then he started to teach. He made me to think about the honestly one of people that have been dealing with and they don't want to know me. And I don't really. You understand me, right? He said, Shabo, you have respect. He said, it don't sound, they don't call me. When he called me, I said, call me later. He said, now that I'll be saying, he said, well, I don't want to have that too much direct conversation with you. You getting me, right? Yeah. You understand me? He said, I don't want to have that too much direct conversation with you. He said, who told you we all concerned about your family? But it will not concern us when you really don't see me go to your family and go do something to them. He said, in fact, they can't do nobody anything in that country again. Because now they have noticed that the first one, then what they do, they already haunting them. You get me? He said, but that doesn't mean the family will not leave.
So
he said, Thomas is ready. He know that he wants us to go into that. Let's do it. I can help him. He don't want to do it, let him leave it. You get me, right?
Please start on Waterspoon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Thomas.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
You got the first one. And the small one, they're running after you. You know, with
I'll be right.
You don't rap basketball walk. Maybe it's
I know you say, I understand where you're coming from, You want somebody to be able, you're in a situation where you need somebody.
Just a minute, this person who is talking is Facon, but it's a conference kind of call.
Me? Someone who can understand that you're in a situation. And that's why I sat and listened attentively, because I'm not in your situation. So the best thing I can do is to listen to you carefully, empathize with you, and see how I can help you not to hurt you. You understand what I'm saying? To help you and not to hurt you. But you also have to understand somebody draw you our way and say, this person need help. So it won't be good, and I hope you understand me, for us to just leave him out of the process. Because the next thing you will say, oh, is there anything they can act? Exactly. You gotta reach out to them, or because they feel I'm not, no. We don't do it at all. You getting me? So, what's supposed to happen? Hear me and hear me well. What's supposed to happen will happen. You get what I'm saying? But we're not leaving also the pastor can come in. And I think so far, that's my 1 cent that I'm adding. Now,
at your job in Liberia, again, I would say, if I can help, I help. If I cannot help, I'll take some of I can't help. But it's up to you. I would sit down and listen to what you want to say and what you want to do. I'll be right here. I don't like too much of talking. I let it go up to the chase. So if you think that you want to yell me out, and I'll be right here. You can yell me out. If you think that you want me, I'll make myself available. You can make me. What you get for me, you got my phone number. And, the message drive does through what you be eating before it then drive. So send me something to be eating now. Before the message chief,
Go ahead.
You can talk, see, okay.
Send me something to be eating now. And I'm waiting for the beat to get dry. Time is, listen, Gano. Your family, your life, everything. Do what you want to do and do it right. Whatever thing you want to do it, let me know. I respect your opinion, I respect you, I respect everybody, but again, do what you want to do and do it right, bro.
Okay. So these are just some of the audios. So for you, but there are more of them that you will get subsequently. Well, because of the conference, we can continue playing all of them. We just give you excerpts of these audios. So for this, let me just pass it over to the mayor, and then when he's through, then I can conclude and close up.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Councilor Actor Donna Johnson. And I also want to say thank you to Arizona VS City. And I also want to use this time to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the media community for your consistent interest and equity matters of concerns in our country. For me today, I'm not surprised. And I know exactly who I am, and I also know what I constitute. The terrifying reality that exists with the personality Jefferson Cooley. Sometimes we often say as a Christian, and I believe in a true living God. And that's what normally I say to you, of God is bigger than your imagination. Because a lot of the thing that is being concentrated and being meted against me is imagination. People who demon cannot contain my existence, so they get terrified and they begin to imagine. But it's quite different. Imagination is different from reality. Like the lawyer placed it eloquently. This conspiracy has been a long-standing, ongoing conspiracy. And sometimes you need to ask yourself why. And the biggest question is, why it is more often this young man being mentioned? And the issue is simple. When you have a space and the elephant is in our room, obviously you will occupy the space and you will continue to see the physical reality. And we want to say to you that our presence here, we did not in any given circumstances pleaded to be here. We work our way through genuinely. And to think that you will conspire and to have one incriminated and to destroy all, we want to say to you, you need to think twice. It began first with Councilor Jerome Verdi, who, in fact, is big my imagination. The reason is so simple, because we fought here and we worked assiduously, young student leaders. We fought alongside when we were former National Youth Student activists. We fought and we called for the full implementation of the TRC report. We also called for the full establishment of the War Crime Code. We thought people like Councilor Verdi meant well for our society, owing to the fact about the education this guy have gone and acquired. We thought such education was sufficient enough to bestow upon him a moral compass. Up to now, we have absolutely no regret because we are convicted about our decision yesterday. This man being a victim of not fulfilling his ambition. This is a guy who always thought he was better than any living human being. He didn't even respect it. Now I realize, even former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, he thought he was born to become president of this country. Unfortunately for him, reality has set in. He continued to hallucinate. That is the condition. This man tried to destroy the TRC report to take an innocent person like me who worked alongside for the full implementation of the TRC report and lie. But thankfully, our workings were very clear. And I want to use this time to commend his fellow commissioners who said they could not have sat supportably to watch him destroy the TRC report that was invested by the Liberian people in our international partner. How could you in this place say to anyone here, our history is conspicuously clear in this country. So there's no amount of fabrication, of trying to incriminate us. We certify and overwhelm the truth. We have zero participation with any warring faction. We have never participated, and we have no association. If you have an issue with the Jefferson Court, you confront me on those issues. You don't have to scapegoat and try to destroy a national document that signifies all of a collective hope of each and every Nigerian. Today, see the TRC report. In stagnation, because Jerome Further, who is an accidental character, presided over a national document that's supposed to be a collective, nationalistic document that will work in each and every of us interest. That didn't suffice. We moved again. They used Justina Taylor. You were here. She came with a conflicting analysis today because God is alive. It doesn't matter what God doesn't in any way project feelings on people's emotions. On the same Spoon Network, Justina was taken here under the cover of darkness, taken to the American with the anticipation that she would fabricate, she would lie and present story to Congress, and such story would be the basis of Jefferson Kogi being sanctioned. But it didn't work because the facts are very clear. Every single thing surrounding that saga is a bold-faced lies. I have never ever seen this character in person. Never have I ever met her before. Never. Because they saw her and I empathized with her. I wanted her to feel that she became victim. She became tools in the hands of desperate politicians who could not have the moral compass to confront people like us politically, but they have to use an individual to even embarrass herself. She managed in America, information is very clear. She roaming, they have abandoned her because the purpose and the intention is yet to be achieved. We have banned in America tons of our numbers because you cannot lie. God, like the councilor said, look at Stanton Witherspoon. This man who participated in mass murder. There is a murderer. I don't understand. Over the period of time, a criminal like that who came here overnight, take advantage of our condition of our people, and you think because you have wealth, an unexplained wealth, and you think you can parachute yourself into space and rustle that soul out of people, and you think that is legitimacy for your relevance in the country. How can this man, the worst thing to do is to go and get involved in a scheme in medical center and say these are people say they're advocating for the country. What is wrong with our people? How can Stanton Witherspoon still have the moral compass to show his faith? That's how helpless this element is. How disgusting he is. You go in America and he needs to be forewarned. He has plucked the wrong button. He has what to contend with. He can rest assured. And to think because you smartly dupe your way through, and today people that fuck on and become porn in your hand. only because you got money, giving certificate to people who are committing murder, and other people today, and you say you speaking about murder cases, fuck off. Your colonial father is a chief murderer, he's murdering cheat. Stanton Witherspoon. He killed the Americans. He murdered the Americans. Do you care to know how many Americans who died when you certificated them? You give them book of documents? Why are you just taking the house and I just see the guy is helpless? He still have the audacity to appear on a platform. The only treasure this element have got in his life is a platform. We don't know this man from nowhere. He has no history. Absolutely no history. We wake up one morning and we see one guy, he's a millionaire overnight. He begins to own almost everything in the country. And because our country is a poverty-stricken country, people do not ask. It's like a child who cries for milk, breast milk, doesn't care what the mother comes from. It's been very entertained and consumed. It's too much energy to how your mind have come from. It is in the case of this guy. Today, he has a platform that is being used. He has never in his life done it. Stanton, what is the history? Let us talk. Academically tell where he come from. Historically where he come from. Professionally where he's come from. We woke up one morning, how can you even say you own a radio station? That is, you are a dictator who become a CEO and sit on the same platform. And everybody, your picture is bigger than every other person. These are people who say the Lord are bigger. What I mean is, you see a dictator, you see clearly the Torah tendency being expressed in both face and both letter. And he comes here and entertain you and say to you that he loves this country. And when people have become victims to all kinds of characters. But you see, the platform is the only thing have given this guy a leverage where he can have an opportunity to talk to a Jefferson Koji. He can talk to a well-astute Alexander Cummings, Joseph Boyka. How can this man ever in his life? And you sit and brag and say, I have met these people, I interact with these people. The reason is very simple. You are a common artist. And I've been told today is a birthday. That's why I came today. Said today your birthday. And that's what I want you to understand. To be able to unmatch you. And you say you can bring the government down because you have a platform, a school network. And that's why our lawyer will be very clear. We have communicated duly to the Americans. I had a very lengthy meeting with the Americans. I have communicated that with them. The lawyer also communicated to the Justice Minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, because you cannot have Liberians who are in America, who are trying to use the song. They want it online. And that's somebody called as these are dissident collaborators who trying to topple a legitimate government. And because if you have given these people time, Stanton Witherspoon will have become a rebel. He was sponsored down here. Because you can see the naked desperation. A man with zero history, and you see how he fighting. Look at Alex Williams, a young man that I know so long. And you come across him deceiving, and you take him out of the country. You pass him, and you manipulated him to go against his own system. And you say you're looking for Jefferson Koji, and you think after you, like Joe Verner, since 2009, you have left the TLC. Why you haven't got to the job? I want to inform you that we are serious. We told this young man. This man went to represent the Monrovia City government in the United States of America. And because you're so desperate to bring this Jefferson Kochi of yours down, even though you have no iota of truth or facts, but you will do anything possible, even to falsify. So we know everybody. Stand up with us, you sat here. Your son is in Poland, Samuel Witherspoon. He was here, you were feeling unjust. You could not change him, he's currently now. And so we understand we understand your network. All of you say this country is dangerous, but your families are in this country. You who happens to be the most louder mouth people, Jerry Fredder, your family here, everybody here. If this country was so dangerous as it claimed to be, why up to this time, other Ellen Jones at the time, not a single family member of you have ever been harmed? You've been conspicuously loud in your mischievous attitude. Nobody have paid attention to you, because if your existence has been confined into residing into a woman's house and she has to look up for you as an individual, then you post no track. Absolutely, you post no track. And you sit here and say, she has to be talking and say she's going to work and your wife is there to sit down. All you have to say is to plead with God to forgive you more. You have been a very good person, went to a very good school, and sometimes that's about the education you acquire. It's about the repetition, the character of the individual. And when you fall flat on that, and sometimes you think people are responsible for your misfortune, and you think everybody going to take you seriously. Yeah. And you think you're going to say, what is most dangerous? And you see, Adam Smith, in America, you work for a private security company. You're supposed to be an FBI agent. We have written the State Department as well with your full address. And we have informed them. I will be leaving for here in a couple of days to the U.S. I will be there with you guys. And you want to use the U.S. sword, and that's what you want to do. And to come and you think that is the way you want to destabilize this country on the basis of falsehood. If you show that you got issues with us, come here, engage the people, debate the issues. But not forgone. Yeah, sometimes you just get tempted and say, but you see, you feel sorry for the opposition. If I have to wait for Fagon to become a force in the opposition, I refuse to be in the opposition. That's why I want to be a force in the opposition, and his issues now become the echo chamber of the opposition. There's a guy who came, when you can imagine, he was yesterday and was today. If he's not telling you that CIA is running after people, Senator is resigning, Kochi is silent, what kind of thing is that? You can't pay. It is how. That's the level you have reached. But today is not my moment. The Lord has asked me to come here and give. And it is a package for Stanton Witherspoon. We have to ensure that this guy who committed mass murder, his case must be hastened. And we follow closely two of the persons have pleaded guilty. So the fact that he has not been informed to my situation, it is an open invitation. He has given me everything, Spoon Network, and I told you, still I refuse to meet you. That's the honor. Because I discovered you, I knew you are a fraudster. I would have never said to you in any given circumstances. We went to America, you came to see my dear twin. I discarded you. I said, I will never sit with you. Because sitting with you will contaminate, will undermine my moral principles. And you came here and you prayed, and all you were looking for. Today you think your relevant is because you sat with serious people. Who told you because you sat with commies you can be like commies? What kind of man are you? Who told you because boycott gave you an opportunity and you think you can be the boycott? Or even Yuri. And today you think you are a serious player in our politics. You're joking, eh? Look at these people. We were born and raised in this country. You constitute anything here, be it in government or not. You have to think twice. You doesn't know people like us. And you think we're available for breakfast? You have to double down on your thought process. We are, like we have said to you, times without number. And when you fail to know these false allegations strengthened my capacity, built me further than you can imagine. You have said a lot of things. You have cried a essential today and that's what nothing you can do. All of you I have worked with, I have done nothing wrong. I challenge you up and down. Look at other things you see. And that's what I want to use this time to call on the police. I was in the country the last time. I was in London. Arms were thrown at the airport. We want the police to populate. You understand the individual. These are Americans. You haven't been an American, and they are saying he cannot be prosecuted. But the facts will be out. Because these people, if you will move to take us from power, you know what you need to do? It's on the basis of truth, not on the basis of lies. The Liberian people make a decision. And that's why I respect people who come here and engage us on the issues. On the issues. You don't have to have beyond mis and disinformation. We also want to use this time. We officially again communicate to the Justice Minister. We have written him before. We are very concerned. We have our friends, our lawyers waiting. Clear. We want the case in the gruesome murder of the innocent child. The reason people make mistakes about other issues again, this issue is not an issue as usual. We will go down to the depth of this issue. Whosoever that is involved will be prosecuted. And people like that who think you can just have, you can have safari on people's repetition. You have everything. I know you pass me around. Can you see somebody work with me? And you see it there. You can see a bunch of fake people. They're even trying to say they can give people visa. But your brother, you can give people visa, your family, yeah. Your brother in Lockington, your daughter, yeah. Why can't you take them to America? Why can't you? When you see people in America, you pretend. And you even try to do the US, so you try to infiltrate the US immigration process. So you tell you are fabricating lies to deceive the US immigration. That is the issues. And that's why I'm on my way to the US for. I found all the evidence and the exhibit to our lawyer. And the lawyer is looking through that. And we also reached to the immigration section. Adam Smith, we also have the full details. We also have the recording. You went to a place, you claimed I have laptop, I have every other thing. You even went to the place, you've been fully video record. The place you park your car, every other thing. Everything about you has been fully documented. Those things will be revealed to the US government. So the US government knows devious character like you guys, who masquerading to be serious people. And secondly, you are not serious people. Let me say at this time, today that lawyer thing, and I will take a political, my party will have a very serious thing. When I go to speak in the capacity of the Secretary General, will reveal subsequent other issues. Thank you so much.
Distinguished members of the press, thank you. That is the conclusion of the city mayor of the 4th.